The West Asia conflict is entering a dangerous new phase. Tehran claims America is launching HIMARS rocket strikes against Iran from bases in the Gulf. Our next report decodes if Gulf nations are now launch pads in America's war on Iran.
The battlefield is expanding. The U.S. is ramping up its firepower against Iran. Pentagon chief says that the attacks are systematically destroying Iranian missile facilities, and vows that the attacks are only going to increase.
Iran stands alone, and they are badly losing. One, destroy their missile stockpiles, their missile launchers, and their defense industrial base. Missiles and their ability to make them. Two, destroy their navy.
These images released by US CENTCOM show HIMARS in action in a desert area. It claims the multi-purpose rocket launcher can provide unrivaled deep strike capability in combat against Iran. However, the US military has not disclosed the location of the launch site. On March 1st, just a day after the war began, US released similar images. The CENTCOM claimed it is conducting precision strikes at targets linked to Iran, though it fell short of admitting its use of HIMARS. The estimated range of the HIMARS system is roughly 300 to 500 kilometers, depending on the type of missile. While the US hasn't officially said which base it is using to launch these ground-based missiles, experts say the US is using bases in the Gulf states to deploy rocket artillery systems against Iran. The systems could have been positioned along the southern coast of the Persian Gulf, where several US military bases are located. Iran Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has accused US forces of using the territory of Iran's neighbors to launch attacks against the country. He has defended Iran's retaliatory attacks on US bases in the Gulf countries. The move by the US is in complete contrast to previous assertions by Saudi Arabia and the UAE. The Gulf neighbors of Iran had vowed that they would not allow their airspace or territory to be used for military actions against Tehran. Iran has repeatedly warned that any US assets used to launch attacks against Iranian territory will be considered legitimate targets. Tehran vows to continue its fight against Israeli and American aggression.
The enemy has waged war against Iran and against the Iranian people. The enemy has not come to fight an ideology. It has come to wage war against Iran.
US President Trump says the war will end soon while threatening to hit Iran harder.
A lot of work, a lot of brilliant work, but we're going to have a much safer world as soon as it's finished, and it's going to be finished pretty quickly.
If Trump's threat materializes, US bases across the Gulf and the nations hosting them could find themselves on the front line of a widening regional war. The West Asia conflict is entering an increasingly volatile phase, where every launch could trigger the next escalation. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.